I grew up in Hermantown, and I've spent the last 30 years as an elementary teacher down in the cities.
Elementary?
Yes, K through 6. I did every grade level at least 4 years. I still remember going to the dentist after spending a summer drinking Tang and getting 13 fillings in my mouth. And it's just been, I mean, I've always had fillings and crowns, and it's always been a journey. One of the best things now is I can eat whatever I want, and normally I'd go out to dinner and then I'd have to go to the bathroom and empty my partial out and clean it all up, and so.
So when you were growing up, did you have issues with eating and stuff?
Oh no, growing up I was fine,
so
yeah.
You were fine. At what point did it kind of change to where you're like, so when was the partials? That was just like 6 years ago or something
Yeah.
like that? Okay.
Probably about 15 years ago. My mom saw an ad somewhere, free consultation.
Oh boy.
So she goes, just go talk to them and see what they do. And so I showed up one day, and it's like, it was great. It's kind of like, what are my options? Because I don't want to wonder every day if I'm going to have to spend another $1,000 at the dentist.
Well,
And that's what the point it was, because I was getting a chipped tooth here, or take one out, add it to my partial, and I just didn't have the money to keep doing that and doing that, and I didn't want to have dentures, so I just wanted to, like I said, what my options are. I walked in the door, and it was a beautiful lobby, and the woman at the front desk had a nice smile and was very nice, and what are you here for? And so it was nice to just have someone walk in and be totally comfortable with me and needing to know what I wanted and listen to what I said.
I think I fell in love with Lisa right away. I feel like when Lisa came in, I felt like she really wanted help and wanted to change her life for better. And I felt like she was in the right place. I was excited to do this for her. We didn't really know the goals yet, so after the first consultation, we were able to kind of pinpoint what Lisa's life goals were for her smile and the life onward. And I think she was excited to kind of take that journey with us.
I have to say, and you're going to edit this out, but the fact that they had a TV on the ceiling, it was like, wow, this is cool. Okay, just had to get that out. But it was just such a nice, environment. I was looking at Lake Superior, and it was like, okay, I could relax a little bit.
Anytime, I think, when you start a new journey and you start in a new office, I think it's hard coming to a dentist without knowing who you're going to meet or who you're going to see. Especially if you don't have trust, right? If you had previous experiences that were hard and were not great experiences, then it just makes the next one even harder. So I think coming in a new space and also kind of wanting to transform your life into such a better place, I think can be really difficult. So the first time we met, I think, was a great way of us kind of connecting and finding that initial trust. And after that on, we had several meetings and we talked about our goals and how we're going to get there. We were there throughout the whole process together, every step of the way. Lisa has my cell phone number. I mean, we talk on the phone all the time, and we were able to support each other throughout the whole journey.
And I guess I was really surprised, because I just thought the dentist would come in and say, here, 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 here. Mm-hmm. So to actually have you come in, and it's like, why are you talking to me?
Mm-hmm. Who are you?
Yeah, it's kind of like, but no, she just set the whole mood, and it was really nice. And then said, Joe would come in later and talk to me, but that was a great introduction to the whole process.
Yeah, and sometimes I feel like that can be intimidating, talking to the dentist immediately, because that's the doctor, right? So you want to be direct, but also be able to express your feelings too, and sometimes it's easier or more comfortable with somebody who's not the doctor. So I think that initial trust we developed right away in that initial meeting, and then you met Dr. Joe, and you guys did great together in the first meeting. And I think the more appointments that we had great connection. We kind of understood Lisa's goals and were able to pursue it one step at a time. And I think now it's life-changing what we have done in our journey.
Well, it was great having you there as my support person, kind of go in between. And just if I had any questions, ask you, and you really knew what I wanted, and that was a great relationship to have, as opposed to just the dentist coming in and saying, here's what we're going to do. Joe walked in, and I just wanted him to explain to me what my options were. What can I do so I'm not in this spot where I kind of wait for the next shoe to fall. What am I going to have to get a crown? Am I going to get a root canal and throw this money away? And I just wanted a change. And I had friends that have actually gone to Mexico for their implants, and that's a little scary, but so I wanted someone to tell me what they could do to help me. So Anya kind of prepared me for when he was going to come in, and I remember he kind of looked at me and was kind of, so why do you want this done? And I'm like, well, isn't it obvious why I want this done? I mean, look real close. So then after you looked close, I think you understood why I was there.
Yeah, on the way to the room, Anya told me who I was about to meet. She's like, you're gonna love her, you're gonna love her. And I walked in and started talking to you, and Anya was right. I mean, Lisa is a teacher. Teachers have a special heart, and she definitely does. And so the more I got to talk to her, we spent a lot of time together, and we get to know each other. You get to know me about my family, and I get to know you and some of your past, and got to meet your mother. And the more we get to know each other, the more I get excited about helping you.
And I guess I wanted to come in before I had to come in, something drastic that I had to have something done, so I could think about it for a little while and what I can do to make it better.
Yeah, and a lot of times, people come in to see us and they don't know what their options are, and so they come to us asking for help and guidance. You probably felt a little hopeless, like this is not going to end well, and that's the point where we get excited on our end, because we have solutions to the problems that people come to us with, and it's part of building the relationship and the trust is then the excitement. We start to build a plan, but then as we build the plan, then the excitement level gets higher and higher, because we know where this is going. We have someone we care a lot about, and we're going to bring them to a place where we know they'll just be very excited to be.
And just to know that dentures weren't in my future was hopeful.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to have that denture look that everybody has.
You weren't exactly a fan of your partial.
No, not that either.
Yep.
So just said, well, maybe I can do this. Mm-hmm. And another thing that always kind of stuck with me is when I'm thinking financially in my mind, if I can do this and everything. And you had said something about, well, people spend 50 grand on a car, for an investment. And then that's when I started thinking, well, this is a pretty good investment for me.
Yeah, that's a lot of times people don't view their mouth as that, but when you consider how much joy and pleasure a healthy, good-looking smile can bring you, it definitely is worth the investment.
And you don't really notice that until that fear and pain isn't there anymore. Like now, I can wake up and I don't have all that in my mind, and it's just a very relaxing, freeing feeling to know that, I can go out and eat whatever I want and enjoy it. And
smile big while you're doing it.
And when people bring camera out, I don't have to make sure my lips are together. But, it's like I can just relax, and it seems kind of an exaggeration, life-changing, but it is, and all the little things that it was affecting. Mm-hmm. I hope that you can appreciate how much this has meant to me. To be able to come in and have people looking out for my best interests and being kind to me and just walking me through the whole thing was just incredible. Thank you.
You were incredible, Lisa. Pleasure is ours, honestly.
I just wish I was eloquent enough to, but no, it's wonderful. And I kind of see it now as people who had implants were a very select, elite group of people. But it's like, well, anyone can have this done, and this can work. And like I said, it just makes every day a little nicer.
the pleasure really is ours. Like, it's funny. It's a really unique situation here because you are so grateful. We are so grateful. Like, where do you encounter that kind of thing ever? And where do you ever encounter that in life?
And I should have known that it was all going to work out because my mom was with me for one of my appointments and she was waiting in here and eavesdropping on a conversation that was going on in here, only to find out later that it was your dad she was listening to. And then you came out and gave your dad a hug, and my mom was like, yeah, this is a good place. If you are even considering getting dental implants, I would highly recommend coming to visit Joe and Anya. I wish I wouldn't have waited as long as I did.
So call us today and schedule your free consultation.